and welcome to another video. I have been in Victoria for a couple of days now. I stayed in Horsham last night because it was a bit of a rough day and I wouldn't have made it in here. So I'm at a camp called Old School Lane, which is on the Wimmera River, probably about 20 k's northwest of Horsham on the Polkemmet road. I'll put the picture of it on Wikicamps on the right hand side now so you can see. Now the description told me to come along the river, which I thought was a bit tough, so I came down another road off to over there. I came down that one really dicey spot, but I walked it and got round it, found some firm ground and it was fine. And then there was a couple of dicey spots coming through here. Again, I walked it and people have driven around where people have got bogged and such, so I didn't take any risks, or some risks, but not a great deal of risks. So yeah, lovely spot. It's a bit windy here. I couldn't get my drone up to follow me in, but I'm going to put my caravan right on top of that there. I'm not going to risk going any further, and that's a nice spot there. There's my camp all set up. So now I'm going to get myself a fire going, and so I'm going to put my fire in here, and that should blow my smoke well and truly away from camp. And I've got an unlimited supply of firewood around here because I don't think this campsite is used too much at all. Well, I've got the fire going now, and it's taken a bit to get going because the wood is, yeah, pretty wet, and I didn't have any matches, so I've had to use the gas stove to get a piece of cardboard going. But anyway, we got there. I'll pick up something in town in the next couple of days for that. So GoPro, stop recording. Well, it's about 9 o'clock at night now, and I think I'm off to bed. Try and get up early in the morning and get to town, get a few supplies, certainly get a head torch. Really miss that. But yeah, I want to get back and go for a nice paddle on the Wimmera River tomorrow afternoon. So anyway, I'll see you in the morning. What a way to be greeted at Arapiles, with a beautiful rainbow coming down at the foot of them after the rain shower come through. A nice introduction to the mighty Arapiles, Mecca of climbing in Victoria and around the world. A lot of people come out to here to climb on these cliffs. I used to rock climb once, so I've climbed on this quite extensively, so I can remember some of them. That's the Pharaoh's Buttress there. I've done a couple on that one. And the one in the middle there, that's Tiger Wall. And I've done a route right up through the middle of that called Skink Direct. And that was magnificent. Just pure, beautiful sandstone climbing, this is. It's quite an amazing spot. I do believe now, as I've had in videos before, where they're having trouble getting climbing areas closed up because of traditional owners stamping their authority on it. I don't know the answer to it, but there's got to be a compromise in it, because you can't lose this to climbing. Surely there's got to be a way around it. Yeah, so this here is the Pines campground. So for the climbers, this is where you would have camped. It looks about the same, although that shelter over there is closed off with protective netting. It's one of the campgrounds in Australia that always has people here, and there's always also been a lot of permanent camps come here, so people will come here and live and climb on a shoestring budget. But it looks about the same as when I was here, and we're talking 20 years ago since I last climbed. See, as you come up past this one here, you can see that one there. That's a permanent camp, and then the one behind it, yeah, that's a mega permanent camp in there. Yeah, there's a few campers in there. So anyway, that's the Pines campground. You can come and stay here if you're a non-climber. There's no worries about that, but avoid the peak seasons or school holidays. I reckon it's pretty well packed in here then. So I've driven up here now to the summit lookout of Mt Arapiles. Pretty cool, 50 metres, that's all I've got to do. Like that. So here I am at the summit of Mt Arapiles. So an array of towers and satellite dishes and antennas, and the fire watch tower, and then there's a Telstra tower over there, and then we go out to the vastness of the Wimmera plains, which is where I grew up somewhere out in the middle out there on a farm, long way from where I am now in Tasmania. Just a footnote on the climbing at Arapiles. It was discovered in the early 60s by a bloke called Mike Stone, and I can't remember the other blokes, but they were in the Victorian Climbing Club at Melbourne Uni, and they must have climbed around Melbourne. Anyway, someone said they saw a picture of Mitre Rock, and they thought, gee, that'd be a good spot to go climbing. So they drove up here one weekend. I could just imagine the surprise on their face when they came out of Natty Muck, and they said, wow, that's Mitre Rock, but gee whiz, what's the one on the left hand side there? That looks better. And then they started climbing on this, and I think the first route they put up was Tiptoe Ridge. Okay, well, it's getting on towards 5 o'clock now, so after I come back from Arapiles, I pretty much just stayed quiet. I got my got a solar panel going over there. Where is it? Yeah, just over there. And I've been trying to charge up my lithium battery pack because I've had some drones, so I did a bit of drone footage this afternoon. But been a pretty quiet afternoon. I've got a few problems to sort out. One is the accessory socket in the Mazda's not working, so I've got to figure that out. I think it's a blown fuse, but figure that out tomorrow. So tomorrow is just a lazy day around camp. Just play it cool, and then Friday I'm hoping to get over to Mount Difficult and do the Mount Difficult walk. So anyway, I got myself a nice red. Enjoying the calmness now because it was quite windy and a few spritzy showers come through, but Anyway, this could be the last talk for the day. I think it probably will be. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's 11:30 now, so I've had a very lazy morning. Slept into nearly 8 o'clock because I just want to have a day around camp. Got a few chores done, got a fuse found and fixed on that, so I got my dash cam up and running. Did the dishes. This afternoon I'll get my kayak out and I'll go for a nice long paddle on the Wimmera River. But first of all, I've got to show you this. Ow, that's my kind of log. That was a heavy one. Got it from down the bottom down there. I couldn't lift it. I had to end over end it to get there, but that's what we call a banker. It'll last all day, maybe all night. Here I am paddling on the Wimmera River. My camp just being over that way a bit. A bit lucky getting out here. Getting into the boat, getting into the kayak. Yeah, I almost went A over T, certainly. My phone got wet, my little Osmo pocket got wet, and the controller for my drone got wet. So if I can get them all working again, I think I might avoid using video equipment when I'm in the boat. It's just too risky. I'm not a real good boat person, so. Well, looks like this is as far as I go this way. I'll run into a big bunch of reeds. Wimmera River obviously goes that way, but you can't go on boat. So this here is the farm on the other side of the river from where I'm camped. As you can see by that building in the middle there, it's an old style farm. And as you can see by the homestead that I videoed when I was paddling this afternoon in my kayak, it's been here for a long time. Now, this here is also another classic example of old style farms, because these are not seen much anymore, certainly not working. Mostly seen where they are now. This is the International. It's either an A84 or an A86. Hard to say which one it is because it doesn't mark it, but me and my dad, we would have loved one of these. We thought they were the bee's knees back in the late 70s, early 80s, but we just couldn't afford one. Everyone had one, but these days they don't exist. I'm actually not even sure whether they make PDO headers at all these days. So anyway, yeah, I think it's all self-propelled headers, massive ones with either 30 or 60 foot combs. And that one, the A84, had a 14 foot comb and the A86 had a 16 foot comb. We thought that was just huge compared to what me and my dad were using, but modern equipment these days, you got to keep up with the paces. Well, good morning, and it's a chilly one. It is cold. I don't know what the temperature here is, but got my gloves on. I'm at the Mount Difficult car park in northern Grampians, and I'm going to try for the Mount Difficult or Gar summit, 4.2 kilometres, so 8.8 kilometres return. So let's get stuck into it. What do we got now? 8:45, so hopefully back by early afternoon. I do believe that one in the middle there, that'll be Mount Difficult, so you don't go straight across there, you go, I think, up around here and then across that up there, so it's a long way. That wall up there has got some rock climbing on it, and I have done some on it. I can't tell you exactly where, or I can't tell you whether it's still allowed these days. Well, I've come to a sign telling me how far I've got to go. I think that Mount Gar or Mount Difficult is going to be too far for me. 5.3 kilometres yet. That's to get there, then back. Too much for my knees. I think I'll go for Briggs Bluff. Oh, there you go. I thought I was close, but I've still got 1.1 kilometres to go to Briggs Bluff. Well, I made it to the top of Briggs Bluff. Got a view. We got Rose's Gap down there, all the way out to the rest of the Wimmer Plains. Lake Fines down there, and then Stall behind it, and then around this way, over off in the distance. That's Mount Difficult on the second ridge over, and then further over to the in the middle is Ass's Ears. And there we go, back to the trailhead. I think that's got to be the biggest walk I've done for quite some time. I'll have to get the Strava and stop it, but I will put a screenshot up on the right hand side now of the distance I did. So anyway, I'm now heading back to Horsham to get a few groceries and then out to the campsite again. Well, good morning, and a cold one it is at that. That's the ice off my windshield that my wipers kicked up. Defrosting now and warming up quite nicely. So camp is all packed up now. Fire is out. That's only steam coming off there. Nothing but footprints. Give it 2 weeks, you won't even know that I was here. So anyway, that's it for this video. I will be visiting some friends now and catching up with my sister, and then I'll move on to my next campsite and I'll do another video. So if you like these videos, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.